Hello drone racers, I'm Mark, and today on Drone Racer 101 we are not going to look at the LDARC Tiny6X RTF kit. We're going to look at just one component, this one. We're going to look at this because I don't want to spend 10 minutes on this one component in this overall review. So we're going to look at actually this first because I can get it done pretty quick. Because I think it's actually worthy of talking about this part all by itself. This is the tiny meter. KingKong kind of seems to have a tiny complex. So what this is just a 1S LiPo checker, and if you're flying tiny whoops, you need one of these. Not necessarily this type. We're going to look at this first because this is the one that's included in the kit though. This is my bin of 1S batteries, and when I'm doing a review, I'll just go through here and grab one, but I never know which ones are charged. With my bigger batteries, I'm really good about putting them in storage charge, not so much with the 1Ss. So I often will need to check these. So what it will do is let me just grab any random battery. If I'm testing the Tiny 7 or one of the newer, bigger models like the 7X or the 8X, which are on the way, when I first started doing this, I would actually grab my fluke meter. You may have seen some of my older videos where we're testing everything with a multimeter. But now with this tiny meter, we can just grab it, grab the battery, and it will light up. So there it tells me, don't use this battery. It's dead. It's at needs a total charge, so I'm not going to grab that one. If I grab another one, plug it in, there's a little bit more charge, and it actually says down at the bottom, there we go, 3.8 volts. So that's really at storage charge, but it's not outstanding, and I'm not going to use it for a test flight. So that tells me that none of these batteries that I've got are ready to go. Now if we take a full battery, so here's a battery that just came off the charger, and you can tell at a glance it is ready to go. Now this was charged to regular 4.2 voltage, which you probably can't see through the glow, but that's what this second to last light is. There's actually an HV light also, so over here it'll light this last one if it's fully charged to HV capacity, which is 8.35 volts. So you can buy this separately, but it actually comes with the advanced or RTF kits for the Tiny6X, Tiny 7X, or Tiny 8X. So all the new models available. If you get the advanced or the RTF kit, you get one of these. It's about $5 to buy on its own. So if you want to get one of these individually, you've got to compare it with something like this, which will give you a digital readout, and this will then display the actual voltage. Now there's some pros and cons to this. It's nice to be able to see the individual cell voltage on a readout. It's much more granular than you get with that. But you also have to think with that. At a glance that seems a lot better. With this one, it just lights up and shows me really quickly, and I don't have to think about the voltage. Do I care? I know that's 4.1 just at a glance by looking at it. I would probably forget that over time, but it also tells me it's like 75. It's almost full. It's not quite full. It's 2 bars away from full. If I grab another one, well, that one's dead. I don't even read the number. I don't have to think about numbers. Versus that one is at 3.58 volts. So this one, if you buy it, is about $5, and this one is about $3. You can get a 2-pack for about $5, and I like having multiples around because I tend to lose them. So for about half the price, these are pretty nice, but I kind of do like just having the LEDs at a glance. The problem with both of these is they have a Molex or a 1.25 millimeter connector and a 2 millimeter connector, and I have some other batteries. My E10S came with this style connector, which I've always called a LOCI connector. I'm not sure what the technical name is. And that won't actually work in either one of these. So while I was looking up this topic, I actually found another one. I don't know if you call this an AO Coda, but it will actually work with both of these connectors and a JST and the LOCI/Molex connector. I don't think any of these names are right. So it looks like it actually just displays the true voltage. In all these pictures, it only goes up to 4.2 volts, so I don't know how it'll handle an HV battery, but I'm gonna find out because I'm gonna order one of these to try too. Then I guess we may have to have a 1S tester shootout. But for now, if you're planning on getting any of the new Tiny6X, 7X, 8X models, this thing is pretty handy. If you don't already have a bunch of batteries around, I would consider getting the advanced kit just to get the extra batteries and this battery checker because it's kind of handy to have around. It can save a whole bunch of time when you plug in a dead battery and find out you can't fly. If you found this useful, leave a like and a comment down below and let me know which of the tiny models you are most excited for. The 6X will be up soon, but the 7X and 8X are both on the way also. So until next time, remember, even the remote is getting its own review, and it's not going to fly a KingKong model. Dun dun dun!